want to talk about projecting. A lot of times we project ourselves, our thoughts, our feelings, our opinions, even our circumstances on people, and sometimes subconsciously, and we allow other people also to project on us. And the truth is that this is a very disempowering place to be. So I want to focus more on allowing people to project on us. So something bad happens to your friend. For instance, Kemi had just had a divorce and she's gisting to everything that transpired between her and her spouse. And because they are close and she always tells him what happened, and now it eventually led to a divorce and she's still telling him everything. Now Tunde is afraid for his own marriage. He's now looking at everything through the lens of Kemi's story and Kemi's divorce, and so it is now eliciting some reactions from him towards his wife. He's now projecting everything that's happened in Kemi's home, in Kemi's situation, onto his own life. He has owned Kemi's story and he's now reacting with it. He's now afraid. He has allowed fear to enter into his mind because of Kemi's situation or circumstances. So he has allowed Kemi to project whatever it is. Kemi probably didn't do it consciously. It was just maybe the listening ears. A lot of times, because something has happened to somebody close to us, we tend to own it, or we tend to associate ourselves with those things, and then we start to react based on it, or we start to be afraid based on that, or we just start to act based on what has happened to others. It's not your story. Everybody has their own lives to live, their own journeys to follow, and so we need to get to a place where we dissociate ourselves from whatever is happening to people around us and just own our own stories, our own lives, and live our lives the way we want to live it, not based on what has happened to another person. That something happened to your friend does not mean it will happen to you. That your friend's story is one way does not mean that is your story. So we have to, be able to put a dichotomy between what is happening with other people and what is happening in our own lives or relationships, because it happens to the best of us. Actually, it happens to me as well. I've been in a situation where I heard the story and I'm like, hey, but wait, this is not my story, or what do I do to ensure that? Of course, it's good to learn from others, but when you now start to act from a place of fear, that's where the problem is. Or when you start to react, subconsciously to the people around you based on what somebody said, and you're now projecting that on that person, that, oh, maybe she will act this way, maybe my wife too will act this way because Kemi's own story was like this, and then I don't want my own to end the divorce, or I need to, there are different ways we just allow those things to affect us. So you need to be careful what you listen to as well. Yes, be empathetic. Yes, listen to others, be the shoulder they're crying on. But when you see that it has started to affect you emotionally, it has started to affect your mind, then you need to be able to know when to cut off, when to dissociate yourself from whatever it is those people are going through, so that, because in the long run you tend to attract those things into your life. You start to act based on it, react based on it, and then you start to that story becomes yours. You start to see that manifesting in your life, and you don't want that. And because even in positive ways too, it happens. You start to attract whatever it is you keep hearing, and whatever you keep dwelling on. So you want to be careful what you're allowing into your mind, into your space, into your environment, so that you are not attracting the situations you don't want to attract into your life.